Hello everyone, this is Slab and this is another quick guide or tutorial video based on eXode, the space colonization card game powered by the Hive blockchain. Now, this video details the latest updates that have come to the game thanks to our ever working development staff. I've covered the main crown jewel of the update on a separate video, that would be the card upgrade feature, but what I would like to talk about at the moment is the myriad of quality of life improvements that the last couple of days have brought to the game. As you can see, whenever you log in, the update message has been changed, highlighting some of our new features. And without further ado, let us dig straight into them. As you may have noticed for a few days now, we have a new button at the top right of the interface, and that is our log button. Clicking it will bring up, naturally, the log interface, and the first section of that shows your last 30 operations. That would include card upgrades, card transfers, buying stuff or selling stuff to the market, etc. Now, the second part is empty for everyone at the moment and it's called the inbox. This is most likely going to be a in-game messaging system, and I would also assume it will also be a mass broadcast system from the developers whenever a feature or an update becomes available. The last option on this new interface is the transactions log, in which you can basically see the human readable name of your last transactions, the accounts, what the action was, and a detailed timestamp in, I believe, your local browser time. Now, that is some quality of life and auditing update as well. But some of the new features also include notifications. On a supported browser, you will be able to click the game button and select enable notifications. As you can see, I'm using Chrome, so just allowing notifications once does the trick, unless you reset your browser. With that done, I would like to demonstrate the actual notification interface and how those look for you. For this, I will grab one of the cards that I have in my collection and upgrade it. This is also a new feature, but there is a dedicated video on the topic, so I will not dig deeper into it. I am now upgrading the card, and within a couple of seconds we should receive a notification. I do believe the notification comes in once everything has been fully broadcasted onto the Hive blockchain, so it may take up to a minute or two. And the last and probably most important feature of this update is that we have actually received some development insight on the Tom Setworth's cards elite versions. Now, as you know, elite cards are very rare, and the elite ones are coming with some special benefits in most cases, and we have just received today a huge dump of information from the development team detailing the uniqueness and special traits that elite cards will acquire. And I will start from the most common ones, moving my way upwards. So let us start with the popular Smoothie All-in One. As you can see, I actually have one of those elite and one fully upgraded, but although you cannot see it in the game yet, the elite version is actually going to be a multi-person habitat, so by default, without any upgrades, the habitat that it grants will be more than one. Now this is fairly standard, so let us move on to the next feature, which is the Foodie Moody card, again from Tom Setworth. This card, should you open an elite one from your weekly pack opening, uh, can support a huge number of food and soda. So at the moment it is capped to twice the base stats, but the elite base stats would be much higher to begin with, so you can potentially have a very efficient Foodie Moody to keep your colony fed and happy. The next one on the list is the Friendly Eyes card, which is another common from Tom Setworth. This will have the amazing stats and radar of a stealthy scout drone, but the elite version also receives a short-range motion detector. This is even more effective than a ground radar to detect incoming hostiles, so it will be very useful for you to have in your colony should you, well, want to be prepared in case of an incoming attack. Another example of unique traits is the elite buddy pinger. Let's pull the base version of the card out. The buddy pinger is a space probe, but in addition to a much more powerful radar and communicator, it will also receive extended duration. Now, if that wasn't enough for you, opening up an elite buddy pinger means that you can actually use it as an escape pod that has one habitat and one cargo. So this will basically enable a whole new experience for your colonization effort, and is certainly going to be a topic of a community challenge at some point down the line. I am 100% sure of it. Now, the other one on the list, we're moving again to a buddy, but this time it's the land vehicle variant, the little buddy. It will be basically much more powerful than the non-elite version, and it will basically be able to be turned into a little tiny battle tank. The elite version receives the robot trait, which is making it a part of a very versatile robot faction or a robot team deck. This is going to be quite interesting indeed. Now, moving on to some of the a bit rarer rares, we have the Tom Custom. Let me just pull one up. This, as you can see, is a habitat or a laboratory. It is multi-purpose and it is quite handy even as it is. The elite version will have extended space and shielding, and will also provide you with one happiness for everyone working there or living there. Happiness is going to be quite important for keeping your colony morale, so very much looking forward to opening one of these for my next science run. We're moving down the list with the WHC Converter. This is one of the best cards in the Tom Setworth in my experience, and as you can see, even the base non-elite version is no slouch. It basically comes with its own inbuilt crystals, or a few source if you'd like, and it produces everything you need, that being energy, life support, as in breathable air and atmosphere, plus water for your colony. The elite version will store 3 times more crystals, consuming 1 more, but to produce much more energy and water. It will last roughly double the time of a non-elite version, and that is again without any upgrades on it whatsoever. So truly a must-have for a long-standing colony. Moving on to our rares, this is where things get really interesting. First off, we have the Explorator. The Explorator is a land vehicle with a 4-person crew. The Elite version will have 7 crew and 7 cargo and even more amazing stats. The double of that limit, should you manage to actually upgrade it fully, will be truly a mobile fortress for you and your colony. And now, what I'm probably most happy about is the cream of the cream, the Tom Shelter's Happy 5, which I have one of the 2 elites in existence, and this is no longer the Happy 5, ladies and gentlemen. This is now called the Happy 12. It begins with 8 habitat that is upgradable to 12, which is just terrific, and it receives +2 happiness per day, which will basically mean that you only need one of those fully upgraded for most, if not all, of your builds. This is truly amazing, and it just shows the potential and the mindset that the development team has in store for the game. They are making magnificent, flourish changes to the elite versions of the cards, and I would encourage you all, should you open up one from a contract or a booster pack, to be very mindful if you decide to get rid of it via the market. Or, as usual, you can be extra generous and send it out to our community for some awesome contests. This concludes the quick overview of the first week of August 2020, sorry. Wish it was 2012. And thank you very much for your time. Slab is signing out.